to seispingüinos.com Instrumentopedia, a place where we look at different instruments from all around the world. And what I have here is a Turkish saz. Now the saz first appeared in Persia around the 15th century. It became popular in Turkey as well, and in Turkey they very often call it the baglama. The baglama in Turkish means to tie, but both names are used, saz or baglama. And this is an instrument that comes from what was originally called the tambur, one of the older string instruments. And the tambur, which has been around since 200 AD, has changed actually very little. And variations of this are found all along the Silk Road from Iran and through Anatolia and Turkey, all up to the Balkans. The saz is the instrument used traditionally by the Anatolian wandering poet musicians called the Usiks. And it would be used for singing the songs, for telling the news, a bit like the troubadours or the bards you'd find in medieval Europe. And it is still used in folk orchestras, even in pop music. It's a very popular instrument in Turkey and in that area. Now the modern saz, as you can see, it's undergone several changes. This is what's called a long-necked saz. You get a short-necked saz. There are bigger ones, smaller ones. There are loads of variations. It's interesting because the sound hole is here at the back. So instead of at the front like a guitar, it's here, the sound hole, the kafis, just underneath the tailpiece. And it has a pear-shaped bowl, normally made of mulberry wood. The frets are tied on, they're gut or nylon frets, and the scale is not a normal Western scale. Okay, so it has the quarter notes, so for example, okay, so the scale isn't quite the same as a guitar. And it has 7 strings, 2 strings here, which in this case are tuned in A, 2 strings here tuned in F, and 3 strings here tuned in C. But the tuning can vary a lot, so different musicians use different tunings in different regions, different styles. So there are lots of ways of playing the saz. It is a whole art of which I know very, very, very little. So my limited playing of this would sound like this.